All right, we are joined by Western Michigan after their 4-2 win in the second Frozen Face-Off semifinal. They will face Denver in tomorrow's championship game. We are joined by freshman goaltender Hampton Slukynsky, his brother sophomore forward Grant Slukynsky, and head coach Pat Ferschweiler. We'll follow the same rules that we've been following all along. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach. We'll take questions for players and then finish back with questions for Coach. For the media in the audience, if we're not in here earlier, we do have a wireless mic, so please raise your hand and please state your affiliation with your first question. With that, we'll open it up to Coach for opening comments.
Well, I'd just like to congratulate North Dakota on a great season and certainly a hard-fought game. Very few people I respect more in the game of college hockey than Brad Berry and his staff. So certainly proud of our guys. I thought we played a strong game and just happy with the win.
Thanks, Coach. Open it up for questions for Grant and Hampton. Here in the front.
Hampton, for you, it's an opportunity again to do something special. Last year you did it with Fargo Force, Team USA. Now you have a chance to win NCHC Frozen Face-Off Championship. Just what's going through your head right now?
Yeah, I'm just, extremely thankful just to be on some really good teams over the past, 2 years. And, yeah, it's always, playoff hockey is the best. So playing for another championships, it's always great. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
The first, 10 or 15 minutes seemed a little sloppy and choppy. Was there something that you guys saw on the ice that all of a sudden it just kind of clicked and the game picked up the pace a little?
Grant, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, obviously, coming here took us a little bit to find our game. Thought for most of the first period it was, like you said, a little bit choppy, but I thought once we found our legs, we had some opportunities, and hopefully tomorrow we'll bury a few more of those.
Sean here in the front.
Sean Davidge with U.S. College Hockey Online. Grant, that goal you scored there in the third, it looked like it was anybody's game at that point. That shot didn't look like the goaltender got all of what you put on the shot.
Yeah, no, I just I found Valenti there, and I saw him, try to shoot it, and it got blocked, and puck just popped out to me, and I fired it on the net. So, good things happen when you put it on the net, and fortunately for me and our team, it went in.
Other questions for the players? Right here in the front.
For both of you guys, being back in Minnesota and being Warlord natives, what does it mean to win it right here if that's what you do tomorrow?
Yeah, it's really cool. Obviously played a couple state tournaments here, so pretty familiar with the arena. So it's good to come back here, and yeah, it feels good to get a win. Yeah, ready to go tomorrow.
Grant, for you?
Yeah, no, I second everything he says. Obviously it's special to come back here to our home state, and we have a lot of memories of coming to state tournaments here, coming to Wild games, and we look forward to the challenge tomorrow to hopefully do something special.
Sean here.
Obviously, you weren't the only Minnesota native to score this game. Bump voted the forward of the year, getting a goal. What's his presence meant to this team this year, and what's it been like for him to hopefully have played in front of maybe friends and family tonight?
Yeah, Bumper's the man. He's been our best player all year, and it's a treat to get to play with him. The way he competes in practice every day, and just the way he plays on the ice. There's no quit in his game, and it's second, third, fourth efforts, and I think you guys saw that tonight with him just flying all over the ice, and him getting us going there with that first goal was big for him to step up and bury that one for us.
Anything else for the players? All right, thank you guys. Congrats on the win. You guys are good.
Good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
All right, we'll open up for questions for Coach Ferschweiler.
I noticed, Michael, you didn't want to get your steps in today. Passing the mic around.
Traded jobs today. Traded jobs.
Right.
He's got people for that. Just wanted to add a little bit more about Bump. Do you know if he played it in front of any friends or family tonight?
Probably a couple, I would imagine. It's I thought he was the best player on the ice. He was dominant at times. I don't know how many shots he had, but he certainly felt like 7 or 8 grade A scoring chances. Many of them were created by himself with pressure and compete, and he's just real comfortable at all times with his game, with who he is, and with our style of play.
11 shots to be exact.
Christian Moreno with the DU Clarion. What's the message and what's the motive in the room about tomorrow's big championship game?
What we talk is our season in college hockey breaks down to essentially 4 championships. The GLI was the first one, which we did not win. We lost in the championship game. The second one's the Penrose Cup, which we were able to secure. And now the Frozen Face-Off is our next one. And so singular focus on tomorrow's game. And our guys are excited. They're, mentioned earlier, I didn't think we were great in the first period. They are young men. They're great young men, and they're confident in themselves. But they did show some nerves early on. I thought we settled into our game and were much more effective in the second and the third. And I'm expecting and hoping that we start that way tomorrow.
Taylor Budge, Midcoast Sports. Hi, back here. Coach, a few weeks ago you saw what North Dakota could do 6-on-5. Did you guys put emphasis in that, knowing what they were capable of, and so this didn't go to overtime this time?
Well, we sure did, and they still scored. I actually thought we had a good plan. We did things. We had a turnover. They're a super dangerous team. They immediately went to the net with it on a great play and a very nice finish. So, you put 6 of those guys on the ice. They're very high-end players, and they're going to take advantage if you make a mistake, which we certainly did tonight.
Coach, when your team is playing well, especially as the game wore on, and TJ Semptenfelter is making a lot of big saves, do you look, and do you look through as in the mind of a coach to try and look at the bench and make sure that guys are still staying calm and not being like, "Oh, we're ever going to beat this guy," or in that sort of mindset to make sure that doesn't creep in? We
talk daily. No slamming your stick, no frustration. Frustration is weakness. We will not show it. We will stick with our plan. We'll believe in ourselves, and we're gonna go forward in a relentless fashion. That's the way we play.
Scott in the front.
Coach, when you look at Alex Bump and what he does, and all of a sudden you see him racing to the bench with one glove, your heart sink?
I didn't take a breath for a while. I don't think anyone on our team did. Certainly a collective sigh when he came back on the bench. He looks at me, and if you know Alex Bump, he's as good a kid as there is, and he's always wearing a smile. And he just smiled down the bench, and I'm good, coach. And so obviously then I started breathing again, and so did the rest of the squad. So obviously his importance to us is immeasurable. His play is dynamic, and he's such a quality young man that obviously we're excited to have him while we do.
Owen Michaels, his line mate, is also extremely talented. Those two playing together, a pretty lethal weapon. What did you think of their game tonight?
I loved it. Owen Michaels, I thought, was exceptional. A lot of things he does don't always turn out on the score sheet, but a relentless forechecker, a really good penalty killer, great stick, tenacious play, super competitive. Almost hyper competitive, honestly, and I thought he was great in lots of the facets of the game tonight, and I'm sure he'll repeat that performance tomorrow.
Coach, I asked about the mindset of the offense when the opposition goalie was playing so well. When you see your own goalie, who didn't have nearly as many chances to make plays, but he made a lot of high quality saves. What's going through your head and what's going through the player's head as they see him make those big saves with fewer opportunities?
Well, Hampton has a lifetime of being calm and performing in the biggest moments. No moment is too big for that young man. He has the full and utter confidence of not only the staff but his teammates, and we know he's going to perform at a high level when he gets a chance.
Any other questions for Coach? All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
We'll be joined by North Dakota here in a few minutes.